Good morning, welcome to today's RC Coffee Chat. So what have we got on the menu today? And I'll give you like an early heads up. It's a bit of a rush menu this morning because I literally got up 25 minutes ago. Right, so topic number one for you this morning. We have went to go flying yesterday and we ended up flying in a cloud. Not good fun. We've got the HD version of the Mini DRAK. This was the second flight, and as you're going to see, it hauls ass. There's no other words for it. You bang that throttle up. Whoa! Off we go. Brilliant. So if you haven't seen that one yet, do watch that one after this episode because it is just amazing. Anyway, video logs. We'll have a quick chat about those. A damn good moan about Facebook in a moment. Gareth's optimism. Good lad. We have an interview with Shane and Heather tomorrow. We'll get onto that topic in a few moments' time. Upcoming videos we'll be taking a look at as well. And it's a topic which I may or may not get to, mainly because I feel that topic needs a little bit more attention than what we've got. Simon says, lazy ass been out codding since 5. Oh, Simon, it was you which has got the Runcam Eagle, isn't it? Good man. The Night Eagle. Good man. Good man. And good morning, Andre. Happy days. Right. Let's go into Shout Out Corner, one of my favourite sections of these RC Coffee Chats, because I get to say good morning and good evening or good afternoon to you. So just click on the right little button here. So in the background, if you are on the live version, say howdy. The chat box is on the right hand side. And of course, if you're watching the recorded version, then say howdy in the comments section underneath. So let me scroll back up to the top. Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Lauren. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, Henry. Scrolling on down. Good morning, Riff. Good morning, Wayne, as well. Scroll down. Good morning, Brad. Good morning, Simon. I'm trying not to miss anybody. Scrolling down. Good morning, Jim. Keep going. We have had quite a bit of a chat here this morning. Good morning, Scott. Good morning. Dang this stupid password. Good morning, Andre. Good morning, Simon. I think I've said twice. Good morning, Kev. Scrolling down. Good morning, Phil. Good morning, Elroy. Good morning, Jake. And good morning, Tom. And Andrew. I almost missed you as well. And Steve and Slappy, which is Todd, I believe. Good morning. Happy days. Thank you ever so much for tuning in. And good morning, Stu, as well. And Anthony. Don't worry about being late, fella. I was a little bit late myself this morning. So a very good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Here, it's coffee o'clock. It may be beer o'clock with you. And that's allowed. Brilliant. Excuse me. Apologies. Right. Let's get into the first topic. So, did you see the lineup which I had here yesterday? What did we have? I had the Wombat. I'm trying not to shout that one. I had the Wombat, I had the Reflex 38, I had the EFX Racer, and I had the Mini DRAK, and I was all set up for a damn good spanking of a flying session. I'll let you into a little secret when it comes to the video log, is that I did record in the car on the way to the flying site, but I've just been learning to use this one, and of course there's no screen on the back, so you don't actually know if it's recording or not, or where the camera angle is. As I found to my horror, is that I'd actually recorded a time lapse in the car on the way to the flying site, and you will put it this way: you missed out a lot of swear words, because literally as we went up Tog Hill, we went into a cloud. Brilliant-ish. So I finally got to the flying site yesterday, and you can see on my screen we were literally in a cloud. Wasn't particularly impressed, and the wind was cold. Ugh. And when I got there, it was just like all my enthusiasm just drained out of me. I'm sure you've had it as well at some point in time when you've gone to go flying and you get to the flight line and the weather's cack. But I'm going to have a quick flight anyway. Yeah, I refused to go home because I'd driven half an hour to get there. Yeah. if you haven't seen the video log, what I decided to do was, well, mainly because I didn't have the first part of the video log because it had taken just lots of photographs, is that I thought I'd do something a little bit different. Well, we'll have some flight time and then like the video log bit at the end, well, the reflection of the day's flying. And yeah, the weather was absolutely pants. It was a proper pea super up there, but we flew anyway. Now, I thought I was being a smart bunny by fitting in the LiPo alarm into the EFXtra, and somebody, and I'm mentioning no names, forgot to press the button on it, so the alarm went off because I was flying around for ages, and I was thinking that alarm's not going off, and I did a few close passes with it. It's not beeping, so I kept on going, and then literally as I'd gone from the right of the screen and left across, the ESC, either the ESC kicked in or the battery almost gave up, and it was like, whoa, right, we're landing. And then you'll see me go off and go and pick it up, and yeah, not good. Yeah, I had that thingy battery down to about 3.1 volts, something like that, the Turnigy graphene. Now, that's only the second flight I've had with that one. So we will soon find out the durability of the graphene batteries because, yeah, its first flight, I spanked it really, really hard with that battery in it. And then yesterday, I took it down to 3.1 volts or so. No fun, in short. But, what? A flying day. Now, I did carry on and fly just to make the point is that if it is a bit foggy, you can still fly. You just have to go really, really careful. And there was a moment when I took it from like left to right and I came round and I gave it too much welly across the flight line and it carried, because the EFXtra just carries its speed. And I went round and it went up and then it just disappeared. And I was like, oh. And that moment which hits you, like, Matt, you've only like flown it 4 or 5 times. You're going to be looking at foam snow, and you're almost resigned to having to walk across the flight line and go and pick up loads of foam snow everywhere. And if that ever happens to you, you just ease off the throttle and then just do what you think you need to do to bring it back round as you would normally do. It's just like if you blinked for an extended period of time, you just bring it round, and then it just popped out of the cloud. It literally just disappeared, and I was like, oh, like that, bank, pull up a touch, and then she just came out. I was like, I really did think I was going to get foam snow yesterday. It wasn't. That was probably about the most exhilarating part of the flight because I was like, whoa, where have you gone? And anyway, brought it around, had a good spank around. So I had a bit of fun editing that one because I had the camera sat on the car, so I wanted to get some like the passes and stuff in there. I couldn't really really cane it because it just disappeared into the fog really, really quickly. Jake says, I don't think the EFXtra flies that nice. I'm going to say it does. It flies exactly how I expected it to fly, which was it's locked in, that's for sure. It will hold its attitude wherever you leave it, which is really nice. The rudder's completely ineffective on it at the moment. Then I need to change the linkage to cheer it up a touch. And yeah, it's as fast as what I expected. The bit which I didn't expect, there's 2 things which I didn't expect. Number one, which was actually no real surprise, that it eats batteries for a pastime. You are talking 4 to 5 minutes of mixed flying, probably less if you spank the living daylights out of it. And that's using decent quality batteries as well. The other thing which I'm really genuinely surprised on is the glide on it. I know they've clipped the wingtips on it to make it turn faster, etc., which has obviously impacted some of its glide, but the glide on it is just unfriggin' believable. It just wants to fly forever. It's it's caught me out. I'm sure you're going to see shortly when we publish the FPV footage, is that I've got a couple of long walks to go and collect the model. But that for me is fantastic. It's just getting used to the glide. Oh, the other thing, which the one bad thing is that it's the nose, underneath the nose cone, underneath the spinner, is there is a hole at the bottom, and it just sucks up mud. Every time you land, all the crap goes in the nose. So if they ever do a version 3, is that we really do need the ventilation on top of the model. Obviously, it won't be as attractive as what it is now, but from a practical point of view, is that it really does need the air scoop on the top, because every time you land it, you're picking out grass and mud. And the other day, when we landed it in the field and I brought it down a little bit abruptly, is that I was there for a good 10 minutes just with a screwdriver digging all the mud out of it. It was absolutely horrific. Wayne says, I seen a gent fly the hell out of the fast loops, knife edge rolls. He was really comfortable with it. Yeah, absolutely. What was it? Tom was doing some crazy stuff with it. So for me, I need to go and sort that rudder out, because I'd really like to do 100 mile an hour knife edge across the flight line. That was going to be so cool when we get around to doing it. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So video log number 2 is out. Now that actually does bring me on to a slightly different topic, same topic, but slightly different, is that I do also have a video log 3, which I haven't edited yet. 2 and 3 are actually the wrong way round. What is now going to be video log 3 is actually the maiden day for the Mini DRAK. So you'll catch me with my excitement in the car on the way to the flying site, and then we'll have the maiden, which didn't go so well on the actual day itself. I think I may even squeeze in the maiden, or parts of the maiden, the Reflex 38 as well. We'll get that edited up at some point, and also my final thoughts on the way back home from maiden day. And I can tell you I was pretty shaky after that day, because it was extremely twitchy. Now, as I'll move on to the next topic, which is the Mini DRAK FPV, is that you'll now see that I've got it completely locked in, and it's just one big fat kitty in the sky. So yeah, that brings us on to topic number 2, which is the Mini DRAK. Now, I finally got the HD version rendered up, and this is only my second flight with the Mini DRAK, and as you'll see a few seconds after launch, bang, straight up with that throttle. I didn't put any music on this one. I left the audio pretty much completely unedited, so depends on which way you go. You might want to turn the volume down, or you might want to turn the volume up to 11. It really does haul ass the second you bang that throttle up. Whoa, way off we go. And it will get up to 95, 98 by itself in a straight line. And we do top 101 miles per hour as well if you give it a bit of a run up. And there's a move which I do on that one, is that I was racing, Dave had taken up his Sky Fund so he could get some video footage of the Mini DRAK in the sky. And so that was the nearest, that was like the fastest model which he had available to us. You'll see him flying around it with us as well. So he was chasing me most of the time. And I was by the end of it, I was having to give Dave loads of warning when I was going to bang the throttle, because we were banging the throttle and it was just, the Sky Fun was behind me somewhere, So I don't know what Dave's video footage is going to be, but my favourite bit actually is I come round and we do the 101 miles an hour and we banging it across to the bottom right hand corner of that field, and we just bang it up, spin, and then bring it back round inverted. Absolutely just super sick. It just goes where you point it. There doesn't feel like there's a lag. You can also tell that the rolls are extremely axial as well. If you keep an eye on the very center of the screen when I do a roll, you'll see that it stays on the point. It's crazy. So if you haven't seen the HD version, do go and take a watch of that one as well. Yeah, Jake, thank you for your comments there. The HD Mini DRAK was awesome. Loved it. Happy days. Happy days. First protocol. Howdy, fella. I saw your comment in the Facebook group yesterday. Happy days. Oh, and Smooth Virus is on as well. Good morning, fella. So, whereabouts we? Oh, next one is a little bit of a moan. And it is going to be a little moan, and don't get too upset about it. Has anybody else noticed that in the Facebook group that Facebook seems to be organising the posts in a way which it sees fit? I've seen posts like from what I noticed yesterday, there were some posts which I'd not seen yet, and they were like from the day before, and they were addressed to me. I was like, has anybody else experienced that in the Facebook group yet? Let me know in the chat. Yes, Andrew. Andrew's watched the Mini DRAK, noisy but given the beans as you put in. As I put it, much better flight this time. Yeah, absolutely. Half throttle on the side and a very flat launch, maybe like only at about 20 to 30 degrees. And you just give it a flat launch and off she goes. And that the maiden day was a big learning experience for me. And as you can tell, everything which I learned from the maiden, I put into practice the day following. And that's why we had a good couple of flights with her. And we just straight off and it's locked in. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Scott sends, you not banging up it free fat ladies again, are you? No, I did actually go careful on the free fat ladies, to be honest. I think I took the EFXtra through, as you'll see. I've got some videos coming up. So, yeah, Henry, Facebook does run some weird algorithms, that's for sure. That is a bit of an oddity. Ooh. Yeah, as I've just seen what Smooth's written here in the chat. I need to decide on what airplane to put my Pit Lab autopilot in. Was window shopping the Sky Hunter. Smooth Ice, what I'd actually say is I don't have the full-size Sky Hunter here yet, but the mini one is looking good. Looking really good. And the micro one, as we all know, is absolutely amazing. There was a chat in the...
Welcome to Tyrannus. Switch warning. Engine off. Middle rates.
Sorry, my thingy's quite chatty. My Mini Sky Hunter. Let me just choose this. There was a chat in the group in the chat this morning about the micro Sky Hunter.
Switch warning. Engine off.
Thank you. About the micro Sky Munter and about someone's maiden in it. And sorry, I can't remember your name. Yeah, there we go. Ailerons. I have full rates on my ailerons and 50 expo on my ailerons. And the elevator, I've also put 35 expo in mine. So if you're going out, I can't remember who was maiden in theirs this morning. So you want 35 expo on the elevator because it is rather touchy back there. Because especially if you've got a nice big motor on the back, it is going to be extremely touchy. And the ailerons, I'm running 50 expo on them. And that does mean that when you really bank the stick over, she does spin like a possessed hamster. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That was for you, Simon. Happy days. Brilliant. Right, so that was my moan about Facebook. Like I said, wasn't really a moan. It was just like, I've just noticed stuff like, well, why didn't you show me that like yesterday, you know? Frustration. We'll see what happens about that long term. Next topic is Gareth's optimism. I think that's that one there. Yeah, so Gareth pops up in the group yesterday. Going flying for the first time in 6 months. Just added 6 carrier bags to the flight kit. There's optimism for you. Maybe I should take 10. And I'm going to raise this point again. Models, they're just a bit of foam, you know? Just go out and have fun. And this is one of the cool things about especially the cheaper end of the models. So the models which cost less than like 50 quid is that you can royally stuff a model in. And normally speaking, most of the electronics would be fine, you know. And Gareth, apologise, I don't know what model you're taking out. But if you haven't been out in a while, then just start with the cheap ones, or fly the ones which bounce well. And just take it steady. But this hobby, it's just a bit of fun. Obviously, it was a little bit more serious on Friday when we were taking the Mini DRAK out, because that was a schizo model and not a cheap model by any stretch of the imaginations, which was spanking around the sky. But anything else, like the Micro Sky Hunter, for example, what's that, like 30 something quid if you buy the parts? It's great fun. Like I said, I'm here looking over that side because I got parts right next to my desk. 35 quid, bit of time, bit of glue, great fun, you know, absolutely great fun. Yeah, absolutely. Colin says, I have a Spectrum DXE. How do I go about changing expo and rate since I can't do that on my controller? Do you recommend I add a flight controller? Colin, absolutely no idea on Spectrum kit at all. Tyrannus, dead straightforward, no idea on Spectrum. And do you recommend I add a flight controller? Generally, no. What I would say is, Colin, for pretty much every model, is that you go out and just fly it first. Okay, literally just fly it first and make sure it does everything you expect it to do. Okay, before adding a flight controller. That's the general approach for most things. Also, what rates and expo do you suggest for the reptile? I can't remember mine. It was but I can guess if I can take a bloody good stab at it. It was probably about 35 expo, and on for both the ailerons and the elevator. Of course, it's ailerons, but it depends on the mix in your transmitter. And full rates. You need full rates as well. Otherwise, it's really sloppy. I remember for the maiden of my reptile is that I launched with low rates and I was like, whoa, need more, and then clicked down and then got full rates, and then it was all fine from there. So you do need 100% servo movement on the reptile. Obviously, if you've overpowered yours and you're going really, really fast, you might want to click down to like medium rates or something like that for yours as well. Oh, Henry, that's harsh. You've got, yeah. It is what it is. So they all work. That's the remember. We're looking at the chat in there about transmitters. Essentially, they all work. They just do the same thing in different ways. Okay. Simon says, if anybody's interested, the GearBest have got the Firefly Q6. I happen to own a Firefly Q6. I can tell you that the audio is absolutely fantastic. The gyro mode is absolutely fantastic. But the battery life, shite. Also, I don't know if you're gonna be able. Come on, focus. I don't know. Look, can you see my screen? I've also broken my LCD screen as well, so it's got some good things going for it. And 39 quid. I'd go and buy another Runcam 2, all the way, brilliant. And there was me and Andrew had a bit of a tiff in the Facebook group the other morning about the Mini Mobius, which is the Mini Mobius. The view angle isn't great on it, and yes, I screwed up the EFXtra maiden because my fault. I didn't put it at the right angle, but I'm just used to the Runcams where you can just stick it on your cat, and the lens is so big on it. The only negative which I can say about the Runcam 2s is that the audio is absolute shite on it. There's no other words for it. It's utter rubbish. So, yeah, Colin, I hope that's helped. Colin, if you do get stuck, remember there is the Facebook group, and you can just ask in there. And then there's pilots which use all the different types of transmitters, and chances are one of us in that group is used the same model as what you're flying. That's the reality now, because there's over 600 of us in there. So, yeah, Simon, honestly, I've got it here. It's all right. Okay, if I didn't pay 40 quid for it, I paid more for it, I think. But honestly speaking, unless you're going to be talking to the camera and you want some more decent audio on it, then something like the original Mobius would be better. Okay, the original, if you're going to be talking at the camera, you need good audio. A Mobius would be fantastic. But literally for onboard footage, Runcam 2 all the way. And I really wish they'd fixed the microphone on the later version of the Runcam, because then it would make it amazing. But yeah, Runcam 2's definitely my favourite camera, and that's the Mini DRAK, which we saw. If you watch that episode, that was all recorded with the Runcam 2. For me, right now it is the best the best HD video camera out there. The only thing which sucks on it is the the audio. If you're not using it for any chat on the flight line, then it's not the end of the world, you know? Straightforward as that. So yeah, happy days. Yeah, Runcam 2 is good for recording wind noise. You hit the nail on the head, Brian. Topic number 6 is that we have tomorrow, in tomorrow's RC Coffee Chat, we've got one of those special interviews. And we will be having a chit chat with RC royalty, Shane and Heather. So you may know them as Flash Gangster and Mrs. Flash Gangster. And there is like my number one topic, or which I'd like to raise with them, is who is faster, because that's going to be a funny answer one, which I'm really looking forward to asking those two tomorrow. So tomorrow's RC Coffee Chat will be a live interview with Shane and Heather from Team Legit. I am really looking forward to having a chat to those two. Me and Shane have had a right laugh, just chit-chatting on Facebook Messenger, and this will be the first time where I've been and spoken to them. I've never spoken to Heather either. So yeah, tomorrow is going to be a fun one. We've got a live interview, and wow, it is going to be super cool. I am so looking forward to that. So yeah, make sure you tune in tomorrow morning, because it's going to be one of those live RC Coffee Chats where we have a third person, or two other people in the room. It's going to be fantastic. Really looking forward to it. And right, okay, I just see what's going on in the chat. Last topic for today is that we have a collection of episodes coming out today. So today is going to be EFXtra Day. I feel that maybe I have overdone it a tad with the Mini DRAK. So today is going to be an EFXtra Day. We're going to get the maiden flight out, and we're going to get at least one of the FPV flights out as well. And they will be published later this morning for you. So I do have a collection in the background. You may have seen Andrew's maiden flight, the Micro Sky Hunter inverted is better. Now all of these are published in the Facebook group, and those three as well. I do have a couple more which are in the process of being edited too. Of course, I will post them in the Facebook group first. If you want to see these before they come out live, then shameless plug, Facebook group. The link to that's in the video description. Click the join button in the right hand side to join, and one of us will pick up your request. So it's time for me to go this morning. Let me just quickly recap what we've covered this morning. Number 1, went flying yesterday, and we did a video log in utter shite weather. Oh, it was horrible. Oh, I was going to say not as bad as what Andre had. Let me look. I forgot. Oh, that's what I was going to do this morning. Apologies, Andre. I was going to put you in the Nuts Were Ragged session. So we're going to have to do a separate one. Apologies. This is Andre. Look at that weather. Andre's over in Canada. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. Look at that. How's that for a landing? Look, it's clean in the snow as well. Oh, man. I've always wanted to fly in snow, but that's a lot of snow, Andre. That is crazy. There you go. Look, smiley faces on there with the tundra. Look. Just take a close look. Just there. I'm just checking on there so you can see it. That was his landing approach, and then it must have dug in, and it's gone straight in the ground. Brilliant. And look, there's another attempt as well. Absolutely hilarious. On there, and I don't know what model that is. It looks like good fun though, and it looks like it's still in one piece, so that's always a good sign as well. Oh, one of the Skippy thingies, which I've forgotten what they're called. Yeah, that looks like it did really well. That's done really well in the snow. We saw the lines behind it, and I'm guessing the snow is that deep, and that's some wooden posts, which are normally probably about this high. That looks like how much snow Andre has been and got over there, and he looks very excitable on the flight line. So well done, sir, and landed in short. So well done. Oh yeah, do me a favour, if you've enjoyed today RC's Coffee Chat, do me a favour, press the thumbs up button underneath. That would be very much appreciated. So where's that? That one there. I'm going to end with that photo on the top. So Andre, that was brilliant, sir. So to recap topics for today's RC Coffee Chat, we went flying yesterday in a bit of fog. And I made a video log out of it for you as well. The HD version of the Mini DRAK, that's flight number 2. I do have flight number 3, and I do have the HD version of that. I may get that edited up at some point, and we'll get that out in the near future. Video log 2 is out, which you saw yesterday, actually, that is actually video log 3, just to confuse things. So there is a third video log coming on its way out, and that was from the Mini DRAK maiden day. I had a little moan. I'm allowed a little moan every now and again, just about the ordering, their algorithm on Facebook for the ordering of new posts. We'll see how that Facebook holds out for us long term. Gareth's optimism, good lad. Just remember it's foam and you just have some fun. That's actually a big point there, is that it's just foam, you know? Just keep that in the back of your mind. This hobby is about having some fun, you know, and that's all I'm saying. Tomorrow we have an interview with Shane and Heather, Flash Gangster and Mrs. Flash Gangster. We will find out who is faster. That's going to be a funny one. And upcoming videos as well. We saw there's a collection of episodes on the way out. They are already all shared in the Facebook group. So if you'd like to see them early, they will be in the Facebook group already for you. And do remember, I do post all the episodes there first. Okay, that was probably one of the main reasons why I started the Facebook group, is that I could share with you, because I had such a massive backlog of videos a couple of months back. I was just posting the videos in there first, not to go and overwhelm YouTube. I still do believe that on a Monday I could get 30 to 40 episodes recorded in one go, and then spill those out during a week, but I just don't have the time to do that. So that would be a good challenge to do one week, to see if I have any episodes I could record in 1 week, and then just dump the whole lot on YouTube. That would be good fun, because I have such a massive backlog of videos here, or ideas to cover in videos. It's crazy. I'm not short on ideas, put it that way. And yeah, that was the last topic, upcoming videos. So on that note, thank you ever so much for joining me for today's RC Coffee Chat. Still drinkable. Happy days. Steve, if it's the first time for you, welcome aboard. If you're like Steve and it's your first time here, don't forget to press subscribe underneath this video where it says my name, Matthew Ogborn. There's a red button. Hit subscribe. And then you'll get notified the second the next episode goes out, which today will be some EFXtra stuff. We've got the Maiden to go out, which sorry, I think it was Simon. I'm hardly awake yet. The Mini Mobius, I recorded it with that, and that was like the nail in the coffin. This one is now being resigned to onboard flight footage only because the view angle on it is terrible. So yeah, apologies, you don't really see much of the model, but you do hear the chit chat on the flight line for the EFXtra Maiden. Anyway, it's time for me to go. Thank you ever so much for joining me for today's RC Coffee Chat. If you have enjoyed this episode, do me a little favour, press the thumbs up icon underneath this. If you have any questions about anything which we've been covered here today, then please just ask in the comments section underneath this video, or pop across to the Facebook group. A link to that's in the video description. Hit the join button and you'll literally be joined by over 600 cool pilots just like me and you. Brilliant. So on that note, if you're out flying today, have fun. For me, today is a family day, so I've got my girls all day. It's going to be brilliant. I'm really looking forward to it. And we're off to my cousin's birthday party, so there's going to be kids everywhere. And then we're going to go wind up my sister. Brilliant. So on that note, have a great day. I'm off now. Cheerios!